Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper May-June 2005, paper 1. Okay, let's move on to question number 1. Here we have express 13 over 20 as a decimal. So the trick that I use here is, as see here we have 13 over 20. I can multiply this by 5. I can multiply on the top by 5. So that will become 65 over 100. So 0.65. That's the first part. Now, for part B in the test, Rose scored 56 marks out of 70. Express this score as a percentage. So pretty easy, 56 out of 70. As a percentage, you have to multiply by 100. So divide by 10, divide by 7, you have 8, that will be 80%. Now, question number 2, we have fractions. So the first one here is a mixed number, so we have to expand this one first. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So we have 8 over 3 times 1 over 7. That will be 8 over 21. That will be your answer for part A. Now for part B, we have 2 over 5 divided by 7 or over 12. So first thing we do is we see divide, change that to multiply. The first one remains the same, and this one becomes upside down. So we can just multiply. So 2 times 12 will be 24, and this times this will be 35. 24 over 35. Now question number 3, we have this matrix multiplication. So when you see this, we have to do rows by column. So rows will be 4 times 1 is 1, plus 2 times minus 2 is 2, minus 2. So 4 plus minus 2 will be 2. Now same thing here, rows by column. So 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, plus 8, that will be 0. And this one again, rows by column. So 1 times 1, that will be 0. 1 times minus 2 is minus 2 plus 4, that will be minus 2. Now for this one, write down the inverse of this matrix. So to find the inverse, we have to find two things. One is determinant, that will be 1 times 4 is 4, minus this one is 2, so that will be 2. The next thing will be the adjoint matrix. That will be, we have to switch these two positions, become 4 and 1, and the sign of these two, that becomes this. So the inverse will be inverse matrix 1 over determinant times this matrix. So 1, 2, 1. So that will be your answer for part B. Now question number 4, it says A is due north of O. So this is the point O. A is north of O. Okay. Now part 1, a ship sailed from O to B. So O to B, where AOB is 12. So AOB is 12 degrees. Now write down the bearing of B from O. So B from O. So that will be this angle here. It will be 360 minus 12. So 360 minus 12. That will be 5, 10, 8, 4, 3. So 348 degrees will be the bearing of B from O. Now for part B, at B, the ship turned and sailed to C, where OBC is 50. So this angle is 50. Calculate the bearing of C from B. So C from B, so we have to find the bearing. How would you do that? So we first have to draw a north line at point B and find which angle are we looking for. So this is the north line. We're looking for the bearing of C from B. From B, so we're looking for this angle here. Okay, so one thing we can do is that we know this one is equal to this. If this is 12, what is this one? This one will be 50 minus 12, that will be 38. Now, we know this big angle here, this is a straight line, this is 180 plus 38 will be the bearing. So 180 plus 38, that will be 8, 1, 2. The answer will be 218 degrees for the bearing of C from B. Now, question number 5, when Peter went to Hong Kong, he changed 50 pounds into $616. Okay, calculate what 1 pound was worth in Hong Kong dollars. So we have this 50 pounds is equal to $616. So 1 pound will be 616 divided by 50. So first thing we do is divide by 5. Let's see what we have. 5 will be 10. Or we can do something here. We can multiply by 2. Let's do that. So both, that will be 100. And this will be what? 616 times 2. That will be 12, 3, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 2. That will be 12.32. So that is the conversion from pounds to dollars. Now for part B, it takes 8 hours for 5 people to paint a room. How long it would take 4 people? So 5 people, it takes 8 hours. So 4 people, it would take 8 divided by 5 times 4. That will be what? That will be, so if you take this, 8 times 4 is 32, divided by 5, times, this times 20, times 20. That will be 100, and that will be, so 0 is in the back, so this times 2, that will be 64. Divided by 100, that will be 6.4 hours. Now, question number 6. The population of a city is given by this number, correct to the nearest 10,000. 10,000 is this, 10,000, right. Now, state the greatest possible error in this given value. So the greatest possible error is you have to take this value divided by 2, 5,000. So the error will be plus minus this. So you will usually do to find the lower upper bound, this plus minus 5,000. So the greatest possible error in this given value will be 5,000. Now for part B, the dimensions of a rectangular card are 7 by 4 centimeters. That's the dimensions of this card. Let's draw a diagram to see. So 7 by 4. Now, nearest centimeter will be 1 centimeters. Now, calculate the smallest possible perimeter of the card. So how do you find the perimeter? You have to add the distance around. But the smallest one, you have to find the lower bound of those lengths. So you take 4 plus minus. Nearest will be 1 divided by 2. That will be 4.5 and 3.5. And for this one, by 2, that will be 7.5, 6.5. So for perimeter, that will be, so you take the lower bound, so 3.5 is 2 times, right? So that will be 7. And that will be 13, so your answer will be 20. So that will be question number 6. Question number 7. The number of hours worked each day by Adam and Brenda are shown in this table. You can see day 1 till day 6, Adam and Brenda. Okay. The number of hours for which they are paid is calculated in the following way. On each day 1 to 5, every hour after the 7th hour is counted as 1.5 hours after the 7th hour. Okay, great. On day 6, every hour is counted as 2 hours. Okay. Now for part 1, calculate the total number of hours for Adam was paid. So let's see, Adam, we have 7 hours, so anything after 7 is 1.5. So 7 plus 5 is 12. 12, so now we have, let's take 7 plus 1, which is extra. So 12 plus 7 is what? 12 plus 7 is 19. 19, here we have 7 plus 2. Take 7 again. 19 plus 7 is what? It's 26. So 7 plus 1 again, 26, 28, 28. So extra, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 extra hours. So 4 times 1.5, that is 6. So we have to do 28 normal hours plus 6. That will be, this is 4, and this is 1, 34. Okay, so 34 hours. He worked for 34 hours according to their schedule. So 34 hours for part 1. Now for part B, the rate of pay is 14.5 per hour. How much did Brenda earn on day 6? So day 6, she worked for 5 hours. So we have to times 2 because it is counted as 2 hours. That will be 10. So 10 times the wage, 14.5, that will be 145. So Brenda is paid $145. Now for question number 8, we have f of x equal to 2x minus 1 over 3. Find an expression f of inverse of x. The first step is to let y equal to f of x, which is 2x minus 1 over 3. Then we cross multiply, we have 3y equal to 2x minus 1. Now we try to make x the subject of formula, so we take this, we send over here, x becomes 3y plus 1 divided by 2. Now, as we know, f inverse is in terms of x, we have to change y to x. So that's why you get this one as your answer. That is question number 8. Question number 9, here we have a simultaneous equation. Here I have x plus y equal to 29, so y will be 29 minus x. So replace y in the first equation, you have 3x plus 29 minus x equal to 95. So 3x plus 29 minus x, 95. So simplify, becomes 2x, 95 minus 29. So x becomes, so what is 95 minus 29? That will be 8, 10, 6, 6. 66 divided by 2, that will be 33. So what is the value of y? Y will be 29 minus 33. That will be minus 4. So x is 33 and y is minus 4. Now question number 10, we have green line bus runs every 10 minutes, red line bus runs every 20 minutes, and purple line every 35. And we say one bus leave each line from each line at 9. After how many minutes will the bus from all the 3 lines leave the next city at the same time? So let's find out. We have to take one by one. So green line, it is 10 minutes. Red line is 20 minutes. And purple line is 35 minutes. So the way we do this is we have to express these numbers as their product of their prime factors. So 10 is 2 times 5. So 2 times 5. 20 is 2 times 2 times 5. And 35 will be so it's 5 times 7. That's 35. So in this case, we have to find the LCM. So we can find the time when they leave the next station together. So what is the LCM? It will be 2 times 2, 5, and times 7. That will be the LCM. So 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 7, that will be 140. So your answer will be, after how many minutes? After 140 minutes, they will leave the station together. So 140 minutes. Now question number 11, it says 100 children were asked how far they could swim. The results are summarized in this table here. Here we have the groups and here we have the frequency. F is for frequency and this is the group. So as you can see here, it asks you for a histogram. So whenever you see histogram, you have to find the frequency density. So what is the formula for frequency density? It is frequency divided by class width. So let's find the class width. So class width will be this minus this will be 100, 100, and 200. So frequency density is frequency divided by class width. 30 divided by 100, that will be 0.3. That will be 0.5 and 0.1. Okay, so question is to complete the histogram. So the first 2 has been given to us. So the last one will be 0.1. It will be here to here. So make sure you're using a ruler to draw this line as straight as possible. Okay, that will be your histogram. Now part B, it says a pie chart is drawn to represent the 3 groups of children. Calculate the angle of the sector that represents a group of 20 children. So the first thing we need to know is that how many children are there in total? It says there is 100 children in total. So what do we know is that in a pie chart, the angle, the sum of all the angle is, so 100 children, which is the sum, is equal to 360 degrees. That's the sum of the pie chart. So 20 will be 360 divided by 100 times 20. That will be 0, 0, 0, 0. That will be 72 degrees. So that will be your answer for part B, 72 degrees. Now, question number 12, we have a TV program list shows a film begins at 21:55. The film lasts for 100 minutes. Okay, what is 100 minutes? So we have to convert this. This is basically 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, and 60, and plus 40 minutes. That's the time of that show. So what time will this end? So pretty easy. We have to take 21:55, add 1 hour 40. That should give me 5. This is 9 minus 6 will be 3. That will be 23. So 23:35 will be the time it ends. Now part B, the time taken by an athlete to run 3 races over 3 minutes 59, 4 minutes, and this time. From the mean time, mean, you know, it is the sum divided by the number of races, which is 3. So what is the sum of everything? So 3 minutes and 59.1. We have 4 minutes, 3.8, and 4 minutes, 1.6. So if you add everything together, so here we have what? 1 plus 8 is 9, 15. That will be 1 plus 9 is 10, 10, 14, so 4. That will be 6, so 0, be 1 here. So that will be, so 4 plus 4, that will be 12. So in total, he will take 12 minutes, and so 12 minutes and what? And 4.5 seconds to run all these 3 races. So the mean will be divided by 3. 1, that will be 4 minutes, 1.5. That will be your answer. So 4 minutes and 1.5 seconds for the mean time of the race. Now for question number 13, P is a point this, minus 3, 3. Q is a point 13, minus 2. Now part 1, find the coordinates of the midpoint of PQ. So we have to use the formula. So midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So x1 is this plus this, that will be 10, divided by 2 will be 5. This plus this, that will be 1 over 2. Now for part B, the line this is shown on the diagram. This is the line given to us. Let's label the line as x this equal to 2. Now the line this cuts the y-axis at the point 0, minus 4. So 0, minus 4 is where this one cuts the line. Okay. Now the first one is draw this line. So pretty easy. We can first find the value of k. So this is x, y. Replace in the equation. You have 0, minus 3, and then that will be minus 4. That will be k. So k will be 12. So the equation is actually x minus 3y equal to 12. Okay, so the first point is 0 minus 4. So 0 is here, minus 4 is here. That's your first point. And what is the point on the x-axis when y equals to 0? 12. Okay, so we can just connect those two to draw the line. Okay, so that's the line we need to draw. This is x minus 3y equal to 12. So the value of k is 12, as we have found. This is 12k. Okay, and this question number 13. Question number 14, here we have A, B, and S are points on this circle, center O, and we have TA and TB are tangents. So which means this angle here is 90, this angle here is 90, right? Now this is 52, and part 1, calculate AOB. So find this angle here, AOB. So as you know, this is a four-sided shape. The sum of the angles will be 360. This is 90, 90, so that will be 180 together. Remaining will be 180. So 180 minus this one, 52, that will be 128. So 128 will be angle, this one, AOB. Now find angle OBA. OBA. So here you notice this is the radius, this is the radius. So this one will be an isosceles triangle. So this angle is equal to this angle. So how do you find one of them? You take 180 minus this, you get 52, and divide by 2. 52 divided by 2, that will be 26. So 26 will be the angle OBA. Now part C, find the angle ASB. This angle here. As you know, angle at center is always twice the angle at circumference, so this angle will be half of this. That will be 64. Okay, that is question 14. Now moving on to question 15. It is given that n is equal to 87 times 132. That's the value of n. Now complete the following statements. So we have 88 times 132. So what is 88? It is just 87 plus 1 times 132. Right. If you expand, what do you have? If you expand this, you will have 87 times 132 plus 132. So 87 plus 132 is actually n. So it is n plus 132. Now for this one, 87 times 131. So what is 131? You do 87 times 131 is 132 minus 1. If you expand, you will have 87 times 132 minus 87. So what is this? This is given to us as n minus 87. So this is your answer for part 1. Now for part B, hence solve this one. The first one is n plus 132 minus this one, which is n minus 87. So now if you expand, you will have what? Minus n plus 87. So this one goes away. We have left will be 132 plus 87. That is 912. 219. Now for part B, 16. The number this case is written in the answer space. Okay. Now circle the digit which represents the value of 2 power 0. So what is 2 power 0? 2 power 10, 0. So that one will be 2. So represent 2 is this one. The value of 2, right? So it's right here. Now for this one, write this as a fraction in its simplest form. So this is just 5 over 10 power 2, which is 5 over 100, which is 1 over 20. So 1 over 20 will be part B. Now for part C, evaluate this one. As you know, 8 is also 2 power 3. Now replace this one back in here. We have 2 power 3, 3 over 2. Now we can expand. We will have 3 times 2 over 3. That will be 2, 2, which is 4. Your answer here is 4. That is question number 16. Question number 17. The cumulative frequency curve shows the distribution of the masses of 100 people. So that's the total number of people. Now the question is, first one, find the median. So pretty easy. Is half the 100 people. You will get the 50th element for the median value. So go to 50th. So that will be your 50th value. You have to intersect the curve and find the corresponding value on your x-axis. That will be about here, which is 74.5. That's my median mass. So 74.5. Now for part B, the upper quartile. So how do you find that? It is 3/4 of the number of people. That will be 75th value. So 75th will be where? It is between 70 and 80. So it'll be about this line. And let's find the corresponding value. So for me, it will be about 79.5. So 79.5 will be my upper quartile. Now for this one is find the number of people with masses in the range of 65 and 72. So 65 is there, 72 is here. So let's draw lines and see how many people is between those two. That's the first line, and that's the other line. First one is this one. The other one will be this one. This is what? This is 10. This is 14. So 14. And this is 30, 38. So in between, we have the number of people. So 38 minus 14, that will give me 4 and 2. 24 people. So 24 people has masses between those two. So as long as you show your work and your corresponding values, you will get your mark. So that will be question 17. Now question number 18, we have OAB is a sector of a circle, that's OAB, with center O and radius 8, that's the radius, and angle there is x. Part 1, write down an expression in terms of x and pi for the area of sector. So as you know, how do you find area of sector? You will do the angle over 360 times pi r square, which is 8 square. If you simplify, that becomes, what is 8 square? It is 64 pi x over 360. So you can simplify this. Divide by 8, you will have 8. You will have 4. So 8 will be divide by 6, actually 6. You will have 16. 16, that will be 6. 0, 60. Divide by 2, you will have 8. Divide by 2, you will have, well, let me do it here because I'm getting confused up there. So let me do it here. So we have 64 pi x over 360. Divide by, let's say, divide by 16. You divide by 4, you will get 90. Divide by 4, you will get 16. Now let's divide by what? Divide by 2, you get 45. By 2, you get 8. So your answer will be 8 pi x over 45. 8 pi x over 45 will be the area in terms of x and pi. Now part B, we have PQR is a semicircle of radius 4. The area of the sector AOB is 1/3 the area of the semicircle. So what is the area of the semicircle? As we know, we do pi r square. This is full circle divided by 2 for the area of semicircle. So this becomes, this is 16 divided by 2 will be 8 pi. That's the area of this semicircle. Now we know that area of sector is 1/3 this area, so divide by 3 is your value for this one. 8 pi x over 45. So 8 pi goes away, 1, 15. So from this, x equal to 15. That will be your value for x. So if this part was kind of hard to understand, let me do this here. So here I have area of semicircle, right? It tells me that the area of sector was 1/3 the area of semicircle. So 1/3 of this is this divided by 3 equal to area of sector, which is this 8 pi x divided by 45. Now we have 8 pi here, 8 pi here. We can cancel them both. Now we can cross multiply, or we can send this one over here. So 45 goes up. We have 3 here equal to x. X becomes 15. So that's how I get x is 15. Now question number 19, we have A, B, C, D, E is a pyramid. So that's the pyramid. Now the base B, C, D, E is a square of side 10. That's a square on the base. Now it says that sloping is 13, and what is the question? Calculate the area of the sloping face ABC. So how do you find the area of this face? So you have to observe that this is actually a triangle, right? So this is BC and this is A. And this is 10. How about half? Half will be 5. And this is what? 13. If you draw a line here, that will be a right angle triangle. So what is this length? You can find this using the Pythagoras theorem. So you will do 13 square minus 5 square, square root. That will give you 169 minus 25 square root. That should give you 12. So 12 will be the height of this triangle. And how do you find area? It's half times base, which is 10 times height. That will be 660. So area of triangle will be 60 centimeters square. Now for part B, it says the pyramid ABCDE is joined by the same pyramid BCDF to form a solid of this shape, like a diamond. Now part 1, calculate the surface area of the solid, this one. So the surface area is just the same thing. So we have one side, 2, 3, 4 sides times 2. So 8 sides in total. So 60 times 8 will be the area. That will be 480. Pretty straightforward. You just have to count the number of sides and take one side times 8. Now part 2. Describe fully the locus of all the points which are equidistant from A and F. For the points, that's why this point and this point join together. If you join these two, you have a line, and this line is a line of symmetry. Question number 20. So here we have a set A. A is x between 1 and 3. So 1 and 3. Great. And we have a set B, which is between this and this. So describe the set B. So pretty easy. So here 4 is inclusive. You will do including 4. 1 is not, so you would just not include minus 1. So this is the set B. Now for set C, we have this one. So C is anything less or equal to 3. So you have to draw this, I think. So let's do that. Illustrate the set C prime. So C prime will be what? C prime will be the inverse of this one. It will be x more than minus 3. So minus 3 is here. You will do this thing, not including that one, and then going all the way up. So let's just draw this line, I guess. So yep, keep going up until the set ends. Now for part B, we have what? We have x equal to this, y equal to this, z equal to 2 points. List the members of z. So pretty easy. We have to take 1 point of x. So x can be 1, y can be 3, x can be 1, y can be 2. So now we just have to repeat. We take x can be 3, y can be 3, and we have x can be 3, y can be 5, and the last combination is 5, x can be 5, y can be 3, and x can be 5, y can be 5. So we have 6 points. Now question number 21, we have these two shapes. As you can see, they are similar, right? I think from experience and practice, you will know that these two shapes must be similar. These two angles here are equal in size. Okay, anyways, let's go to the questions. So in the diagram, A, C, D are straight lines. So A, C, D, and B are straight lines. Now we have CB over CE or equal to CA over this. So these are in the ratio of 1 to 2 and 1 to 2. That's their proportionality. Now question is part 1. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle CAB, so CAB onto CDE. So since the size has changed, it can only be a enlargement, and the size changed from 1 to 2, scale factor 2. So you would say this one is an enlargement, scale factor is -2, and the reason why is because this will be your center and the reflection is opposite the point of center, that's why it's -2. And then you have center will be C. Now part B, it is given that ED equal to this and BC equal to this. Calculate AE. So let's find out. So ED is this line, 6 minus 8, and we have BC. This one is 3, 1. Okay, so we have to find AE. AE. Okay, we have to find AE. So how would you find AE? So we can use the ratio here. So if this is 6, 8, this needs to be half because it is twice the size of this. That will be 3 minus 4. So AE will be, we can move from A, we can move to B, B move to C, C move to E, right? So what is C? C will be twice the size of this. That will be 6, 2. So let's do that. AE will be A, B, B, C, C. So AE will be 3 minus 4 plus BC will be 3, 1 plus C will be 6, 2. That will be 3 plus 3 plus 6. That will be 12. And minus 4 plus 1 plus 2. That will be minus 1. So 12 minus 1 will be your answer for AE. Okay, that is question 21. Now question 22, we have the diagram in the answer space. Is a sketch of this graph. As you can see here, that's a sketch of that graph. Okay, for x more than 0, so sketch the graph for x less than 0. So it will be the same thing as you can see. So let's see what happens when x is decreasing. So let's say x becomes minus 1, y becomes minus 3. Now x becomes minus 2. What happens to y? Y becomes smaller, right? Let's say minus 3. So x becomes minus 3. As the value of x decreases, this becomes minus 1. So let's take this into action. So what happens is just a reflection over, as x increases, the value of y decreases. It will be about this, the reflection over this line, about the sketch. Now the next one is what? Sketch the line this, so the line will be exactly in the middle. So please use your ruler to do that. It will be like this point here, exactly in between. That will be this line, y equal to x. Now part C, the graph of this and this meet at x equal to k. Find the values of k. So let's solve this simultaneously. So let's replace y in both equations. So we have x equal to 3 over x, cross multiply, x squared equal to 3, x becomes plus minus square root of 3. That is your answer for values of k which is x, right? So k is also x. Now this is question number 22. Okay, question number 23. A car accelerates uniformly from rest for 30 seconds. 30 seconds here. Accelerates uniformly. Okay. Its speed after 30 is 18. So 18 is where? 18 will be about this point. So when you say uniformly, we have to join it by a straight line. Okay. That's the first part. And then the speed remains constant for the next 10 seconds. So it is a straight line. a horizontal straight line for the next 10 seconds. Now part 1, draw the speed time graph, so done already. Now part B, calculate the acceleration for the first 30 seconds. As you know, acceleration when you have a speed time graph is always the gradient of the triangle. It is height divided by base. Height is 18 divided by 30. So 18 divided by 30 divided by 3 on both sides, you have 6, 10, 0.6. That will be your answer. Now part 2, its average speed for the first 40 seconds. What is the average speed? As you know, average speed is equal to the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. So distance traveled here is what? Is this shape plus this shape. So that is a triangle plus a rectangle. You can do that if you want to. So that is half times base times height. Base is 30 times height is 18 plus this is 10 times 18. That will give me, so 9, that's 270 plus 180. That will give you what? 0, that's 15, that's 450. So distance travel is 450 divided by time taken. So 450 divided by total time taken is 40. That will be this one. So let's divide by 4. 110.1. That will be 2, 5. So 11.25 will be the average speed for the first 40 seconds. 11.25. That will be question 23. Now question number 24, here we have a triangle PLQ. PL is 14, PQ is 10, LQ is 7. So we have 3 sides given to us. Now the line PL is drawn in this space here. So PL is given to us already. Now using a ruler and a compass, we have to draw the triangle, complete triangles. So let's draw this triangle. So PL is 14 given to us already. So now PQ is 10. So let's measure 10. 10 will be about this length. It is from the point P. So P is here. Let's draw an arc of the length 10 from P. Be about here. Okay, that's the first part. Now it says LQ is 7. So let's measure 7. And we have to draw an arc from the point L. So 7 here is here. And now is L. Okay, so they're drawn at this point. So this will be your point Q. So draw them together. Now we have the triangle PQL. That's the triangle PQL. Now part B, measure and write down the angle PQL. So pretty easy. Just go to the point Q here. And the angle will be what? Will be 110. So for me I have 110. You can have 112, 115. That is okay as well. So part C, draw a semicircle with PL as the diameter. So that's the first one, and then the line L produced. So let's do the first one first. So PL as the diameter. So the length of PL is 14. This is given to us, which means the radius will be the 7. The radius needs to be 7. So we have to measure 7 centimeters. And then go to the midpoint of PL, which is about here, right? And then draw a semicircle over okay, try your best to make that semicircle over the line PL. That is mine. Now the next part is the line LQ is produced to meet the semicircle at M. So the line LQ is produced, so LQ, we have to continue the line to meet the semicircle. So here they meet at the point M. Now write and measure down the length of QM. So QM, find this length. So this length for me, it shows to be about 3.6. So your answer may be 3.5 or 3.8. That is okay as well. Okay, that is one. And then part D, explain why PM is perpendicular to LM. Explain what what's PM. So PM is this one. Okay. PM is this line. Okay, that's the line PM. Explain why the line PM is perpendicular to LM. Explain why these two is perpendicular. So what is the reason behind this? So if you did circle, you would know is that whenever you have a semicircle and you have a diameter here, and then if you have a triangle over the semicircle, this angle will be 90. You can just write because the angle PML is angle over diameter, so that's why it's 90. That's why it's perpendicular. Now for part 2, hence write down the value of cos PLQ. So where's PLQ? PLQ. So this one. This is a right angle triangle. So what is this is, we know this length. This is 14 given to us according to question. So how do you find cos? Cos is adjacent. This is the adjacent side. So we know this is LQ is given by 7, and QM we have measured, it is 3.6. So ML is 7 plus 3.6. So for me it's 10.6. So cos of this angle, so cos of PQL, so PQ of this one actually, yeah. Okay, so we have to find cos of this one. So to find this one, we can first find this one. Same steps. So we call this one alpha. So this side is 3.6. And this one is what side? So PM is given to us as, no, we don't know this side. We know this one actually. This one is given to us as PQ is 10. So very easy. To find cos of alpha of this angle, we have to take the adjacent side, divide by the hypotenuse, right? But now how do you find the angle, cos of this angle? So it will be cos of 180 minus alpha, right? To find this angle. Now, as you know from the quadrants, angle in this region is cos will be negative, so it should. Question 35. So a trapezium PQS is here, has a one line of symmetry in the middle. Now SPQ is 120. Explain why PSR is 60. So pretty easy. If this is the line of symmetry, this is also 120, and this angle is equal to this angle. So write 120 here. So what is the sum of all the angles of this trapezium? It has to be 360. So minus this, this is 240. Equal to 120 for these two, divide by 2, that will be 60. So you can explain it that way. You can just point down to this calculation. You can say bisymmetry if you want to. Bisymmetry, angle P equal to angle Q, which is 120, and then angle S equal to angle R, which is equal to 60, as shown in this calculation, right? So that's how you show it. It's just one mark. You can just explain pretty briefly. It's not a problem. Now for part B, we have 3 trapeziums of the same kind, congruent to PQRS, are placed in this thing as shown below. Now question here is show that KDF is an equilateral triangle. So pretty easy. You show that you take this shape, you flip it here. This is what? 60. And this is 60 and 60. So in that case, you say angle K equal to angle D equal to angle F, which is 60. Thus triangle KDF is equilateral. So that's your argument. So now part C, given that BC equal to 1, that's BC here is 1. Now we have AB equal to 4, this one is 4. So if this is 1, this is also 1 and 1. If this is 4, this is 4 and 4, and this is what? This will be 3, 3 and 3. So question here is what? Find the length of GB. So GB is 3, as we have seen here, this is 3. And find the ratio of the area of KDF and HGB. So KDF and HGB. So these two triangles are actually similar because, as you can see, both are equilateral triangles. This one is inside the other one. So what is the length of DF? We know DC equal to 5. This is 1, so DF will be 6. So the ratio in size, the ratio in length will be KDF is 6 and this is 3, which is 2 to 1. Now for the area, we have to square them, become 4 to 1. So 4 to 1 will be the ratio of the area. Now find the shaded area as a fraction of the area of KDF as a fraction. So how would you find the shaded area? So usually you will do is just area of this big one minus area of the inside one, right? So we can do that as a fraction. Basically we can show as a ratio. This is what it means. So let's just do that, right? This length minus this. So I'm thinking about a way we can just use that one because we know this ratio already. So in that case we can just do ratio, because the big one is 4, the small one is 1, so which means that the area of the region is 3 of this region here, and the big one is 4. That should be the ratio. You have to use this to find this. That will be 3 over 4. I hope that makes sense. So because you know that, so how would you find the area of the region? You will take the big triangle, triangle KDF minus triangle HGB to find this shaded area, right? Now you know the ratio of the area triangle of KDF up to triangle HGB. The ratio is 4 to 1. So from this you can see there's a difference of 3. As you have seen, SA will be this minus this, so this minus this will be 3. So the ratio will be what? A ratio of this KDF to area will be 4 to 3. So the fraction will be 3 over 4. That's how I have this answer. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That was question 25. Question number 26, factorize this one. So first one, as you can see here, we have what in common. So let's take x out. We have 3t minus 2s plus, here we have 5 is common, and let's take y out. We have 3t minus 2s. So this one is the same as this one. X plus 5y, and this will become 3t minus 2s. That will be your answer for part A. Now for part B, solve this equation. As you can see, the base here are different. We have to find the LCM. So 4 times 3. Now we just cross multiply. 3x minus 6 plus 4x plus 4 equal to 1. Now we can cross multiply as well. Simplify. 7x minus 2 becomes 12. 7x becomes 14. X becomes 2. That's the value of x. Now for part C, factorize this one, which is 2y squared minus 3y minus 2. So pretty easy. We have a 2y times y. 2 is 2 here, 1. So to get minus 3 has to be minus 4 plus 1. That will be your answer. So this was the last question of this paper, and if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.